Hi, I'm Christina Daves, serial entrepreneur, award-winning inventor, and the founder of PR for Anyone. Welcome to Experts Corner. Tonight we're in Washington, D.C., outside of FOX5, where we're so excited to have Laura Evans, who's a veteran award-winning journalist here. She's been here for 15 years, and she's going to talk to us about how you get on local television. So welcome, Laura.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we've interviewed a lot of national television producers, and they say they won't even talk to you until you've been on local television.
Oh.
So how do I get on local television?
I didn't realize that.
That's it. You have to have the stepping stone.
Okay, got
so
it.
I'm your local expert. I want to be your local expert. How do I do that?
Well, you send an email, and then you follow up, and you're pleasantly persistent.
Okay.
An email is nice. If you don't get a response and don't expect an immediate response, maybe a week later or a couple days later, depending on your timeline, you send another email. And it's all pleasant, it's all uplifting and fun. And if you need to follow up with a phone call because of timeliness, then that's appropriate.
Okay. And you had mentioned something to me just while we were talking about the royal couple. So if somebody happens to be a local expert when something's hot and trending.
Yeah. Well, I feel like when something's happening, we're constantly looking for a new expert, and a lot of people we have on certain topics, we have different people in our back pockets. But if, say, for example, when the new king is born now, new soon to be king in several years, and we have a royal expert who we would normally use who's not available, somebody calls us and says, hey, I can tell you when the christening is going to be, what kind of gown the baby will be wearing, christening gown, and where in the palace it will take place. And that's actually what happened here. And then we brought that person on, and he was excellent, and we'll use him in the future too.
And that's what you do, though. You have people in your Rolodex.
We do have people in our Rolodex, and then we also call the local universities too. So that's another way to do it. If you are an expert on something, and maybe you've spoken at a local university, or as an instructor, you say to the university's press person, I would like to be an expert on this. That's another excellent way to get your foot in the door, because we will seek out on different, topics like the furloughs or sequester.
Okay. And is it better to email a story idea, or is it better to email a bio? Like, hey, this is who I am.
No,
if you
story
ever need
idea.
Story idea.
And make it quick, make it short. It has to be, you have to sell me in the first 2 lines.
Okay.
Because we get hundreds of pitches every single day, and we just don't have time to read through everything. So if it doesn't excite me in the first 2 lines, I got to delete it.
Okay.
Or hold it for later, and that hold for later pile is very, very long.
Right. And so how often can I come back to you with a new story idea that won't bother you?
As often as you want. I mean, if it's a good story, absolutely, I would take it. But if it's on the same story and you're hammering me over the head every 2 days, I'm following up on that. I haven't heard from you. I get those a lot.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Because we talked about this earlier. Makes me feel like I'm not doing my job.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's another edition of Experts Corner. Thank you.